Hello, everyone. My name is Andrew Dornan, as it says on the channel title thing. I also go by The 12th Kind on my main channel, and today I'm bringing you just this random video. I have my phone on my bookshelf with terrible lighting, but we're gonna go with it anyways. So, the first thing is, I'm thinking about converting this vlog channel into like just my ramblings kind of channel, just because honestly sometimes I feel like my life isn't very interesting for a vlog. There's not a lot of events that happen. It's certainly, living at home with parents, not being able to meet up with friends definitely kind of hampers your social life a little bit. So I brought this all about because I was sitting in my game room, or I guess the game room, um, and I had this feeling of calm, and it was like this vague sense of happiness almost. It was the fact that at that moment I had completely done away with thinking about college, work, the future in that entire moment. And honestly, I don't know how that happened, but it just happened, and I was put into the state of being calm. Those of you who know me personally will remember that the last few times I got calm, I instantly freaked out because I didn't know what that feeling was. But I've since recognized what the feeling of calm actually, feels like, and I've started to freak out a little less when that happens. Um, and I don't know if it's nostalgia or a want to go back to a time when the only thing on my mind was school, when I could hang out with Dan on the weekends, and watching gameplay movies, as they were called on GameSpot. And looking at kind of like the future, there is definitely going to be a point where I won't get to have this luxury. Sometime after I'm done with college, I will have to move out of my parents' house, and that's something that I've known for the longest time. And sometimes it gets to the point where I count the days until I can move out, have enough money to be able to afford an apartment, or even the bigger pipe dream of affording a house. Um, and so this is just something that I think about on occasion, and I realized that what I do on a day-to-day basis is like the product of a privileged position. Um, already, white male, there's privilege there, but also there's a level of privilege because my parents have allowed me to live here after high school, in between transitioning between colleges, even supporting me from transferring from one college to the next. And that's all because I think the reason why they really support when I finally when I went to SCAD, and then also came back home and started attending University of Houston, was because I had managed to build up my credit and managed to get my loans without a cosigner. Now, granted, the interest rates are at like 10%, but that is, the price you pay for going at it without a cosigner. My first, my not first, well, my first two student loans, which were for Texas State, I did have my dad co-sign them, and that was it. Like, that was the first and only time, and that was because my credit really hadn't been built yet, and now it's gotten to the point where my credit is definitely above average for my age group, as according to multiple credit monitoring services, which is something that always baffles me from time to time. But yeah, so there's I recognize I'm in a privileged position, and there comes a point every now and again where I realize that me being able to be at home at like 1:26 p.m. just chilling, either watching YouTube or working on some projects, teaching myself the guitar, really anything that I do for the most part comes from a place of privilege, and there's a little bit of a concern of what to do after college. Obviously, the answer is to get a job, and I've already been looking into positions that pay really well outside of my field, because of the fact that there's just finding media production jobs is very difficult. So I decided to go for a supplemental route, which I can actually grab the binder for. So I don't have everything in here. I have the rest of the pages. They've yet to be hole punched. But I am going for CompTIA certifications, A+, Networking Plus, and Security Plus, and having those 3 certifications will allow me to at least get my foot in the door for future IT jobs, and those are quite lucrative. And the reason why I would probably be going for that is because they pay well, and depending on what kind of IT job you get, you can set your own hours. So I could set, entire, like, just a small sliver of my week, or, maybe half of my week, to going in and working from, like, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., and making a good deal of money, and going home and then spending the rest of my week working on projects, whether it's YouTube, picking up an instrument, or just reading, or anything else really. And there's kind of a hope that I can do that, where I can, after college, I can get a really good IT job. I can, work in there in a nice job, building up my my capital, and while working, searching for, my, I guess maybe dream job, or just a job in my field that could become a career. And that's just a lot of like thoughts that are like running through my mind right now. There's definitely a lot of things of just kind of like looking at my life as a whole, realizing that the best way I can put this is something that I read online. I don't exactly remember where, but the poster said that, like, the person who made the post said that if you look back on your life and you cringe, like you look at that, like at that point in your time and you're like, oh God, what was I doing? That's a sign that you have grown as a person. And I've definitely realized that even from my time in high school, I definitely feel like I've grown, and I think part of that is natural, and other parts are through moments of tragedy, which I won't get into, but let's just say 2 of my friends are no longer in my life, and let's leave it at that. So there's that. I honestly don't know how to end this video, to be honest. I'm just kind of rambling, and that's the whole point of this channel now, is to be, I guess, like a video journal of my thoughts. So yeah. I think that's going to be it for this rambly video. I recorded this on my phone. Gonna upload it directly through the YouTube app, so you know, that's great. A lot of unfiltered thoughts from Dornan. So yeah, that's gonna be it. And who knows when I'll make another rambling video. Bye bye.